The topic of this tutorial video is error handling. How we can handle error in UFT, that I will explain or show hands-on example. So topic is error handling, and I will show hands-on example how we can handle a runtime error using optional steps and using recovery scenarios. So two different approaches that I will take. One is optional steps, other one is recovery scenario. So I will give a hands-on example on this below topic. Topic is how we can handle runtime error using either optional steps or recovery scenario. So I will give hands-on example. Also I will explain the difference between these two. So that is the topic of this tutorial video. So I have UFT script open. This script has few lines, very small script. So I explain first this script. This script is error-less script, so no error at this time. So first I explain what this script does. This line, when this line executes, it closes if there is any open Internet Explorer browser. So this is Internet Explorer browser, so it will be closed by this line. And this line will open a new Internet Explorer browser and navigate to Google homepage. So I am doing that manually. Later I will run the script and I will tell the script to do that. So this line did that, and then this line will enter my name in the search box. So it will enter, it will write here MD Shahajada Imran. So it will write my name in this edit box when this line executes. And then when this line executes, it will click on Google search button. So I'm clicking it. Right now I'm doing manually. Later I will run the script. And then the search result page come, and it will make the image that has my photo, it will make visible this line when this line executes. The line number 15, when this line executes, it will make object visible. So right now I don't see the object. If I scroll down, then this object becomes visible. Now I can see it. Earlier, when the default search result, in the default search result I did not see my photo, but when I scroll down I can see it. That means this image is visible now. So it says make object visible, and then highlight, and then it will highlight this image. So that is the script. Will do. The script will open any Internet Explorer browser which is already, a script will close if any open Internet Explorer browser. Then it will launch a new one, go navigate to the Google homepage, enter my name, click on search, and then make my picture visible and highlight it. And right now this has no issue. If I run it, I will see there is no issue. So I'm running it. I haven't gone to the error handling yet. I'm just running a script that doesn't have error. Then I will make error later, and then I will handle it. So a script, launch Internet Explorer, enter my name, and it's already visible, and it highlighted my photo. The photo was already visible and it highlighted. So this is the plain script that doesn't have any error. Now I will make one error. If I go and if I change the setting in the internet option setting, I am changing a setting. I checked it, this one, apply it, okay. Now if I run it, I will see an error. Then I will handle that error. So script launch Internet Explorer, it entered my name in the edit box. Script click on the search button. Script clicked on the search button. The moment script clicked on the Google search this button, this run error displayed. The name of the run error is object is disabled. Error object is disabled. That is the name of the error. Object is disabled. Object is disabled. That is the error. So we will handle this error. So for now I'm clicking here. So this UFT script execution ends. Now if I manually also a script clicked here and that pop-up window came saying that object is disabled. Now if I manually do that, if I manually try to click, then also this is getting highlighted or shaking, and I'm not the second page is not loading. The application is not processing further. It got stuck here. So who displayed this error message? Internet Explorer. And then UFT also show another error message saying that object is disabled. So we will be handling this error. Error is object is disabled. Why this error came? Because this object is actually disabled. I cannot click. Even if I try to click, nothing is happening. So I have to get rid of this pop-up window, which was generated by Internet Explorer. It was generated by Internet Explorer, so I have to take care of this pop-up window. Now first, I will show hands-on how we can use optional steps. So this one I will show first. And optional steps we can do two different ways. One is using if logical statement, and exist property. Other one is using optional steps built in object. So first I will do this one. So since in my code I don't have anything, and so I will be handling here. So I'm making a space here. So I will add some additional code here. So this problem will be resolved, and for that I will have to take care of this window. So I will be adding this object, the no object. I will be adding this no object in the local object repository. So I'm opening local object repository. And now I will be adding that object. So I can use this add object to local. Correct. it got added. They know this object, this object got added. If I highlight, let's say this object got added. This one non-relevant thing, so I'm manually closing that one. Now I will be dragging and dropping to the script, so I'm dragging and dropping to the script. Now I will be copying the entire line. Control C from the keyboard, so I copied it. Now I'll put this one in the if logical statement. If this exists, then I will be highlighting first, and then I will click. This is so this block is for optional steps using if logical statement and exist property. Using if logical statements and exist property. So now if I run it, a script will be able to click here and the next page will display. The condition is if this object appears, then it will highlight and click, and after that it will click. After that it will click here. So maybe I can put synchronization point with 3 seconds, just to be in the safer side. So now I will be running it. So script will do the same thing. This time script will be able to process further instead of getting stacking here and displaying this error. Earlier it displayed this error. Earlier time when I ran, it displayed this error saying object is disabled, which is also correct. If I click here, I cannot go further. It got stuck here. So now I will be running it. Script closed the Internet Explorer browser. Now launched again. Script entered my name. Now it will go through the optional steps. It did, and it clicked on that button and highlighted my photo. So I gave hands-on example of how we can handle error using if logical statements and exist properties. So I can make this as green. That means I have explained it. Now I will give hands-on example on this optional steps built-in object. So instead of these two lines, I am removing the if logical statement and exist property. Also, this is the ending statement of the if logical statement. So now I will have this. In the beginning, I will write optional step. Optional step me see first if it works. Optional step dot. So in the beginning, instead of if logical statement and exist property, I am writing optional step in the beginning of this line. So this line, what this line will do, this line will check if that pop-up window comes. If the pop-up window comes, then it will highlight that line's job. The line number 8 job is to highlight only, and then it will do again on the line number 9. It will check again. If the pop-up is present, then it will click on the no button of the pop-up window. I hope it works. I don't remember if optional steps or optional step. Let me run it and see. Optional steps. Let me run and see if it is optional step or optional steps. So it's optional step, and it did that. So this is the second approach, using optional steps built-in object. Optional step built-in object. Optional step built-in object. Optional steps using So this is the second hands-on example. So I can also mark this one that I have given hands-on example. Now I will go with recovery scenario. So I remove this again. Now if I run it, the script will fail again, and I will also see that error again because I removed the optional step. So I'm running again. A script opened Internet Explorer browser, entered my name, clicked on that button, clicked on this button, Google search button, and then this pop-up, the run error generated by UFT. UFT is saying that object is disabled, script cannot process further. So I'm clicking on OK. So this is the error. Now I will be handling through recovery scenarios. So for that I will be clicking on here, resources, recovery scenario manager. I'll be clicking here, and then I will be creating a new one. So new scenario, I click here, click next. Pop-up window. This is a pop-up window. So I will be selecting pop-up window. So I have selected pop-up window. Click on next. I will be clicking in this high hand symbol. I clicked, and I will be clicking on no. So it got this information got recorded. Internet Explorer, the title, window title is Internet Explorer, and then window text contains. So this is the text contains everything got content. Now I'll be clicking on next, and I'll be clicking on next. Keyboard or mouse operation. What I want to do when this window comes, what I want to do, I want to click on no button. There are more options. Close the internet, close application process. That means it will close the Internet Explorer process itself, or we can create a function and call it, or restart operating system. But I want to do to click on the no button, so I'll be checking this checkbox, keyboard or mouse operation, and click on next. And I will be clicking here and click here, so I can choose no button. So I'm clicking on no. That no button got recorded. Now I'll be clicking on next, and it says add another recovery. No, I do not want to add another one. I will be only adding one, so I'm unchecking this one and click on next. After clicking on no button, what a script will do, that I have to tell. A script can repeat current step and continue. Repeat current step is this line number 7, that is clicking on this button, or I can say process to the next step, means line number 7, and the line number 7 script clicked here, and then that error generated, the object is disabled, this error got generated, this object is disabled, this error got generated. So I'm choosing process to next step, means after clicking it will process to the step number 9. From 7 it will move to the 9, and it will execute this block. So I'm clicking on next, and I will have to give a name. I'm saying no demo. That is the name. This is a name just I'm giving, no demo, and click on next. Click on finish. I have created this no demo recovery scenario. Now I will be saving it. It is saying in it got stuck here while I clicked on save. If I close program, Internet Explorer will be stopped. Close program, Internet Explorer got stopped. So I will be doing again. So I will open UFT again. I'm doing from the beginning the recovery scenario, because recovery scenario got something happened. The application crashed. UFT crashed. So I'm opening UFT again. And opening the test again. Now I am creating the recovery scenario again for this one to give hands-on example for this scenario. So I will be creating recovery scenario. So I click here, I clicked here, I clicked on recovery scenario manager, click here, click next. I choose pop-up window because this is a pop-up window, and click next. And I will be clicking here, click anywhere. So it is capturing the title Internet Explorer, title is Internet Explorer, and these are the text. Click on next. I will be choosing keyboard or mouse operation. Click on next, and I will be checking here, and I will be clicking no. I will be clicking on next. I will remove this one because I do not want to create another one. This would be the only one. Click on next. I will be clicking process to next step. Click on next. I will say no, demo 1. Click on next. Click on finish. I have finished it. The previous time, the moment I clicked on save, it got crashed. So I will be clicking save as this time and see what happens. And I will be saving inside of this test. I will say no, demo 1. This is the name that I have given. I'll be clicking on save. So it got saved here. So I have created one recovery scenario. I have saved in the file system. I haven't associated with the test yet. Now I will be associating. Right now, if I see the Solution Explorer, I can see it has only action and nothing is associated with the test. So I will be associate the recovery scenario. So file, settings, recovery, and I will be browsing that recovery scenario. No, demo 1. This is the one I just added. Open. I'll be clicking on no. I will be clicking on add scenario. Click on apply. The moment I clicked on apply, this just came up. So click on OK. So I have associated the recovery scenario with the test. Two steps. Step 1 is to create and save in the file system and then associate with the test. So I have associated with the test. Now if I run it, and I will be uncommenting this, because during the creation I have chosen process to the next step instead of repeat the current step. Therefore I will have to uncheck this one. Now if I run it, script should handle the pop-up window, or script should handle this pop-up window. What script will do, I tell, script will close this Internet Explorer, open a new one, go to Google homepage, enter my name, click on this button. At that time, QTP will know, or UFT will know that there is a runtime error. The name of the runtime error is object is object is disabled. That is the error. So when UFT or QTP will know after clicking here. Once QTP knows that there is a runtime error and the error name is object is disabled, QTP will activate this recovery scenario. If I go and setting recovery scenario, it says activate recovery scenario when there is a runtime error, on error. So script, the moment script click here, for example, if I click here, nothing is happening, it got stuck. At that time script knows that there is a runtime error and the name of the runtime error is object is disabled. After knowing, a script will activate this recovery scenario, and then recovery scenario will check if this object is present. If it presents, it will click on no button and process to the next step. What is the next step? Step number 9, because step number 7 is script learned or get to know that there is an error on step number 7's job is to click here. The moment script clicked, script found that there is an runtime error, and then only the recovery scenario activated. Recovery scenario will check if this pop-up window is present. If it is present, it will click on next button. After that, it will process to the next step, which is step number 9. And step number 9, script will check if this object is still present, then it will highlight this object and click on next again. It will highlight this object and click on next again. And then these two, you already know that what these two lines does. Now I will be running it. The script opens the browser, and the script will enter my name in the search box. The script clicked on the Google search button. It get to know that it learned that there was an error. Then it was so fast. So it went. And it is handled through recovery scenario, by this recovery scenario. So if I can mark it green color so that I can claim I have explained this one hands-on. So I have explained optional steps hands-on. I also explained recovery scenario hands-on. So the topic of this tutorial video was to give hands-on example on how we can do error handling in UFT or QTP. And we handle runtime error using optional steps and recovery scenarios. So there are more things we can do to handle errors. We can use on error resume next, on error go to 0. We can use test settings. This is the test settings. Files, settings, run. And then when error occurs during run session, this is the default value selected. We can change this value, process to next action iteration, step, run, process to next step. So these are the things we can do. So we can do more stuff to make the error handling more reliable or durable or smooth. That is, or using on error resume next, or using on error go to 0, or using file settings, or using error object, or using recovery report event. So there are more stuff we can do to handle error or error handling more reliable. So right now what I have shown that how we can handle runtime error using either optional steps or recovery scenario. That is the only one thing I have explained. How we can handle runtime error using optional steps or recovery scenario. Now the difference between optional steps and recovery scenario. Optional steps blocks to get a runtime error. So what the runtime error we had, object is disabled. That runtime error, we added code in the script so that error never generates. That is optional steps. Optional steps will block generating runtime error. And recovery scenario will, when the error is already generated, recovery scenario will take steps to remove that error. So this one blocks the optional steps, blocks the runtime error. It doesn't allow to runtime error happens, and the recovery scenario recovers from the runtime error. If the runtime error generates, then it will recover from the runtime error. That is why the name is recovery scenario. It is recovering from the runtime error. And optional steps, we need to know the step number where the error occurred. For example, on line number 7, after clicking on Google search, the error occurs. So we can add additional optional steps before that line number 7. But for recovery scenario, we don't have to know the line number. That error can happen anytime. This error, object is disabled error, can happen at any step, line number 7, line number 16, or any place of the script. That error can happen, and once the error is present, then only this recovery scenario will activate, and then recovery scenario will take care of the recovery scenario the way we have created. So that is the difference between a recovery scenario and optional steps. So what else I can say? I don't have anything else to talk about regarding error handling and this. Thank you for watching.